Rise and shine, the day's begun. Feel the glow of the morning sun. At Bodhi Sudhya, our hearts align. Sacred service in bed is divine. Oh, Sunday morning, let's break the gray. Shake the dust and light the way. Clear the energy, make it bright. Start the week off, oh so right. Bed's a temple, soft and true. Prayers rise in the things we do. Magic's brewing, it's no disguise. Love ignites under open skies. On Sunday morning, let's break the gray. Shake the dust and light the way. Clear the energy, make it bright. Start the week off, oh so right.
Hello to my Rich Witch Coven and any other VIPs that may show up. Welcome to the first Sunday service. I'm super excited to do this. I don't know how many people know this, but the whole reason I got into counseling was because I was an assistant pastor at a non-denominational church. So Sunday service really resonates with me, and I'm super excited to do this. It's a time to regroup, recharge, get messages, talk about the energy shifts coming, blah, blah, blah. If you are sensitive to sounds, turn your volume down for a minute. We're going to hit the singing bowl, try to clear out some energy before we get started. So why don't we do that now? Let's do a little bit of a clearing, get this set off. So take a second and close your eyes. Take a slow breath in through your nose and exhale out the mouth. Making a noise sometimes helps. Or something. Let's do it again. In through your nose and exhale out the mouth. Okay, now keeping your eyes closed, imagine a waterfall of golden light pouring down from the sky. Watch it come all the way down through the clouds, through the sky, to right above your head, washing over your entire body. See it collecting any heavy, sticky, or dark energy, and feel it draining down into the earth. Again, the earth will collect that for you. Now imagine it going into your body through the top of your head, right? It's going down your head, relaxing your brain. Get your brain to relax, right? It's going down your forehead, relaxing all the muscles, down your eyes and nose and your cheeks and your mouth and your chin. All those facial muscles are relaxing. It relaxes your jaw. It goes down the back of your head, down your throat and the back of your neck, down your chest, down the top of your back, around your shoulders, and you feel it like really getting into every pore, every cell, and it's relaxing all your muscles. Down the top of your arms, your elbows, down your lower arms and your hands, and right out your fingertips. And it keeps going down. It's going down your stomach and your sides and your back, your lower back, down your butt and your hips and your pelvic area, down your thighs and your knees, and down your lower legs and your feet, and right out your toes. And again, feel the earth collect all that toxic stuff for you. I know it sounds silly, but it really does work if you keep up with it. Okay, now visualize roots growing from the soles of your feet deep into the earth, right? It makes you very sturdy. It feels steady. and it's grounding. Feel the pull of Mother Earth anchoring you. And then the last thing we're going to do, imagine a soft, iridescent shield forming around your energy, right? It's like a filter. It allows love in, but reflects negativity away. Take one last deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take a minute. When you feel relaxed, open your eyes whenever you're ready. Okay, first thing I'm going to talk about, don't get irritated, because it's all I ever talk about. Energetic hygiene, clearing your energy, grounding yourself, trying to disconnect from people's toxic energy, yada yada. Same thing I always do, but I figured we'll get through it this first time. Maybe we won't have to talk about it so much. I just feel like it's better than all the scattered info I give. You know, a little piece here in this report, a little piece in that report, a little piece in this video, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, energetic hygiene. Clearing your energy, grounding your energy is super important, especially now with all the toxic energy around. Like I always say, just like brushing your teeth or taking a shower, you also have to clear and protect your energy. Energetic hygiene is what it's called. It's the practice of cleansing, grounding, and shielding your energy in your auric field. A few signs that your energy is overloaded or quote-unquote dirty. When you feel drained after being around people, mood swings that aren't yours. Like if you're experiencing mood swings, like this is not like me, why am I doing this? It's because you're experiencing someone else's energy. Random anxiety, brain fog, heaviness in the chest is another one. People who suffer from anxiety a lot of times will find out they're an empath or an HSP and they're sensitive to other people's energy, and you're reacting to someone else's energy that you're carrying around. You may also pick up like pain or illness from other people, or pick up emotions from other people. And so 3 things I'd say to do daily. Grounding, which connects your energy to the earth and stabilizes you. We're given this gift that we're not taught about. Literally, if you step outside and go barefoot to the ground, the earth will literally take the toxic energy out for you. Like you don't have to do anything. They've also proven scientifically, the earth will take toxins out of your body. And no one tells us that. It's ridiculous. So the other thing, clearing, obviously, releasing what doesn't belong to you. And like I'm always saying, you can, whatever works for you, it's different for everybody. You can, sage, incense, Palo Santo. Some people work better with crystals. Holding a crystal will absorb that energy. Some people do meditation. Some people use singing bowls or tuning forks or whatever works for you. But we have to do it daily. And the third thing, shielding. So protect your energy from future energetic intrusion. Like before you leave the house, take a few minutes, get quiet, and imagine the shield going around you. It works. I wouldn't tell you to do it if it didn't, I promise. Okay, the other thing we're going to talk about, because this is actually specifically for my Witch crew, although other VIPs may be watching, I don't know, but we're going to talk about the Rich Witch package. So before we really get into the practice and manifesting wealth, we have to clear the path. This is why we're doing it at this time, because it lines up with the spring clearing that we had to do, which is really big. That's very important. And we are now in May. In the energy worker, spellcaster, whatever realm, it's always called Money May, right? Money May miracles. There is a special energy in May every year. And I know we've had special energy like every week this year, but every year, Money May magic. It's always like a really good time to get into spells and rituals about money, abundance, wealth, all that stuff. So that's why we're doing it now. Okay. So I want to talk about that. Okay, so first we have to like I said, clear the energy, clear out the buildup of toxic energy. Like I said, the old bills that we keep around, all the things with the toxic money energy. We have to clear that out. And then we have to identify and release money blocks that have been holding us back. Here's the thing. If we're struggling to manifest money, there is a reason. When we don't have blockages around something, it just flows. We're not worrying about it. So some people have blockages around money. Some people have blockages around love. It's the things that just flow in your life mean that you don't have blockages around it where other people may. So it's not you specifically. We've all got our, traumas and blockages and blah, blah, blah. And so to manifest money, manifest wealth, real long-lasting wealth, you have to clear these blockages. And these can be deep-rooted, usually invisible to our conscious mind, but they're powerful enough to keep wealth at bay. So we have to uncover them and transform our relationship with money. And I'm telling you this from experience. This is not something I read up on or like this. I had to go through this. This is why I'm always so like, guys, please, you have to heal this. I'm telling you, you can fix this yourself. I did it. I've done it. Okay, so let's talk about this. So what are money blocks? Money blocks are, I'm reading this, this is not my definition, limiting beliefs or emotional patterns that prevent us from attracting wealth. Okay? They can be things you consciously believe, like, I'll never be rich. I'm just not one of those people. Or like subconscious beliefs you inherited or developed like through life experiences. So a lot of examples, a lot of people go through are like growing up when, I'll say like for my generation, Gen X, our parents grew up with their parents who went through depression and war and, so they had a lot of dark beliefs about money. Money's the root of all evil, they would say. Money doesn't grow on trees, they'd say. They all believed they had to work harder to make more money. They believed that, some people are meant to be rich and some aren't, and we're just not meant to have that. Rich people are selfish or greedy, all those kind of things. And so that goes from generation to generation. And if you were brought up believing those things, that's implanted in your brain. You have to find that and get rid of it. That is not true. None of that is true. You can literally have anything you want. You are a co-creator of your life. The reason we're not doing that, like I said, we've got all this brainwashing from what the people around us think and believe, what their experiences were. You're not them. You have your own experiences. Okay, so for my rich witch people, once you do your schedule your initial session, and I'm not rushing anybody, I'm just saying there's only been about 4 or 5 of you who have scheduled it, which maybe you just haven't done your clearing yet, and that's okay. Take your time. We go at your pace. I'm just saying, until we do that initial session, then you'll start going through your identifying money blocks. So you will get to this, but so we're going to do a little bit of that right now. Take a moment and look at your past experiences and your current beliefs around money. If you can, grab a journal and write this down. So I want you to look at and answer, what did you hear growing up about money? Like I said, a lot of us heard money doesn't grow on trees, quit leaving lights on, I got to pay the light bill, all those things you heard. What did you hear growing up about money? Then the next thing I want you to answer, how do you feel when you think about wealth and abundance? Does it make you excited? Does it make you nervous? Does it make you scared? Because I'll speak from my perspective. For a very long time, I feared it because my experience was, well, first of all, of course, I was told money doesn't grow on trees. We aren't meant to be rich, blah, blah, blah. But then my whole life, I was like, I had a lot of money. I had no money. I had a lot of money. I had no money. There was no leveling out. And it scared me because every time I was up and I had money, everybody crawled out of the woodwork. Here comes everybody with their hand out. And so then when I had no money, everybody scattered to the wind. So it got to a point where I was actually afraid of having too much money, because I knew all the people who weren't there for me when I didn't have money would come and they'd show up with their hands out. People wanting me to pay their mortgage. People wanting me to literally buy them a new car or pay for their car to be repaired. Thousands of dollars. I mean, it is crazy the things people will ask you to do when they've done nothing for you. So for a long time, I was blocking it myself because I was scared. I knew as soon as I was up, everybody would come and take my money. So if you have something like that, just look at how you feel when you think about wealth and abundance. Okay, and the last thing, what beliefs come up when you picture yourself with more money than you've ever had? Do this journaling exercise and jot down any money-related thoughts or feelings that come up. And don't judge yourself, just observe. Okay, we're just trying to find what the blockage is, and there's nothing wrong with you. We all have blockages somewhere. We're just trying to identify them. And which people will get deeper into this. There's going to be a whole lesson on this, because this is literally the most important part about calling in wealth and abundance, is what is blocking it in the first place. Because we can do spells. Spells are great if we keep the energy up and blah, 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 but they're always a temporary fix. Because whatever blockages we have will go back to blocking it again. So once we clear those blockages, then we can bring in wealth and abundance continuously without having to okay, I got to do another spell and another spell and another, you know what I mean? You'll just get in the flow of it. Okay, and the next step is transforming these limiting beliefs into empowering ones. So it's taking, the bad beliefs you have, like money doesn't grow on trees, and replacing it with there is enough for everyone. Things like that. Remember, the energy you send out is the energy you attract. So we're going to replace those old money stories with new high vibration thoughts. Okay, another exercise we're going to do. Use some affirmations to shift your mindset. Just start saying it to yourself or writing it in your journal daily, just to train your brain. Science says it takes 21 days to make something a new habit, right? So if you can do it for 21 days, it will become a habit. All right. So if you've got your journal, jot these down. We're going to say, money is a tool for good, and I am deserving of its flow. Okay? Money is a tool for good, and I am deserving of its flow. The next one, I attract wealth easily and effortlessly. I attract wealth easily and effortlessly. Then we're going to do, I am worthy of all the abundance the universe has to offer. I am worthy of all the abundance the universe has to offer. I guess we're on number 4. I release the fear of having too much money. This is important because, like I said, a lot of us fear it because we think it makes us bad people, or we fear what people are going to want from us. So again, I release the fear of having too much money. And the last one, I am open to receiving unlimited wealth in every form. That's important. Wealth doesn't always mean money. Like, we want money as a means to get something. Sometimes we can just manifest that thing we're trying to get money for. If I say, I want a new car, well, I don't always have to get the money to get the new car. There's ways to manifest a car. So be open to everything, however the universe delivers it. So one more time, I am open to receiving unlimited wealth in every form. So if you took these down, say them out loud every morning and night. If you really want to supercharge it, write it out in your journal every morning and night. So once you've identified your blocks and shifted your mindset, and again, this is a process and we will go through this. You don't have to get this all now. I'm just kind of letting you know what we're going to be working on. But once you've done that, it's time to clear the energetic patterns that hold them in place. So again, like I'm always saying, energetic clearing can be done through practices like meditation, visualization, any kind of ritual that works for you, whatever aligns with your frequency. So I'm going to send some of that out too. We're going to do some money clearing rituals that I'm going to send out. For the next week, here's some assignments. Obviously, you don't have to do them. I'm just saying this will help you if you're really serious about clearing your financial stuff now. So for the next week, keep a journal where you track any moments when you feel blocked or when a limiting belief about money comes up. Write them down, then immediately follow with the new empowering belief you want to replace it with. And practice saying the new affirmation daily, right? So you go through the week and something comes up where you realize, oh my gosh, I've been trained to think that money just isn't for people like me, whatever that means. Write that down and then replace it with something else. There is enough for everybody. I am as deserving as the next person, right? You just want to catch those thoughts and replace it with the truth, the positive affirmation. So the first couple lessons are all about clearing the path for wealth to flow into your life. So remember, like the more you release and heal, the more space you make for abundance. Your journey is about healing your relationship with money and learning to receive it with grace and gratitude. That's very important. Always show gratitude. If you stay committed to this, this will work. You'll clear the blockages and money will just naturally flow to you. Not just money, things, abundance, wealth in general. I'm going to talk about one more thing. It came up a bit this week, and I think posted some. Yeah, I did. I posted something on Facebook about it because this will really help you guys too. I want to talk about spell work. Why they may not work, because spells are real, energy is real, but so are energetic laws, and we're not above that. So like I was saying, spells are a temporary fix. Spells are shortcuts, right? They're not like cheat codes or escape hatches. They're amplifiers. They boost whatever frequency you're already holding. And so that's why spells can only manifest when your inner world is aligned with what you're asking for, right? So if you're holding on to jealousy, if you're gossiping, if you're being manipulative towards people or wishing harm on people, even in tiny, subtle ways, that energy boomerangs, right? That karma comes through. I can do the best spell in the best energy. I'm in the best energy. You're in the best energy. I cannot outdo karma. You can't manifest blessings when you're generating blockages. And if you haven't healed what caused your desire in the first place, like, childhood wounds or what you were taught when you were a kid, trauma, abandonment, fear, whatever, your spell is going to continue to hit an energetic wall. So before you do spell work, and this is why I used to put in the listings, like, please make sure you have a basic understanding of spell work before ordering, because I just thought people would know or they wouldn't be messing with spells. But before you do spell work, ask yourself, is my energy clear? Right? Am I still hating someone while trying to call in love? Am I grounded or am I all over the place? Because the truth is, if you don't do the work, the spell won't do the work either. it'll be a temporary fix. That's all. So this week, I challenge you to become aware of your own field. Keep your energy clear. Heal what wants to be seen. Align before you ask. That's when real magic comes in. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I want to talk about before we get. I'm going to channel some stuff and figure out what we can expect coming into this week. I want to talk about. Remember, I was saying how we line this up with the spring clearing and the money May, right? So I want to tell you about some special energies. We already went through. There was May 1st was a really good day for like fertility, things like that. Let me just going through my notes that I have because I don't want to leave anything out. Okay, so the full moon this month is full moon in Scorpio, the 12th, 13th. Obviously, we all know full moon is always like deep transformation, emotional release, shadow work, letting go of things, releasing things. Then we have the collective energy of Mother's Day on the 11th. This is really good energy for like inner healing work. If you have like a mother wound, self-love kind of thing. It's very feminine, divine feminine energy. So if you want to do any work at home for that or anything, I don't have any packages, but like if you want to do an energy clearing, we can do that. Then we've got on May 15th, Mercury enters Gemini. This is really good energy for doing work on communication, clarity. If you're struggling in a relationship with communication, it's a really good time to do work on that. Good time for throat chakra work, boundary spells, any kind of ritual you want to do to like speak your truth and manifest it. It's said to have really strong and powerful energy upgrades for creative types, writers, speakers. It's all about the throat chakra, all that. And as I say that, my throat's closing up. And then we've got around the 20th, there is the transition from Taurus to Gemini. So it's like it's an energy that goes from very grounding and sensual to like movement and curiosity. There's a shift like this every month. I don't know. We just never really talk about it, but that's the energy. Around the 20th is that kind of energy. So there's things to do like grounded abundance rituals you can do at home. Things about like mental clarity, trying to manifest ideas. If you're a creative or if you're like a entrepreneur, something like that, and you're trying to come up with like an idea, that's a really good energy. Again, that's around the 20th. The theory, it's about like, how can I say that? Going from body focus to brain focus, where like the Taurus energy is, like I said, very sensual and earthy and Gemini energy is like more analytical. So it's like that kind of a shift. What do we got? We got the new moon on 27th, 28th. New moons, as always, good for starting things, beginning things, intention setting, business launches, creative ideas, relationship stuff. Important, the end of the year as a collective energy, not as, a universe energy, as a collective energy. Whenever your area where you live is ending the school year, ending the season, that kind of transition. So any work you want to do around releasing, next chapter prep, that kind of thing. There's also the spring to summer shift, energy clearing to open new chapters and new blessings. That's all really important. I'm saying this is all stuff you can do at home. Then we've got the 5/5 portal, and this is the one I do have a package for, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet, and I know I only have a day to figure this out, because the best thing to do on the 5/5 portal is doing it on the 5/5 portal at 5:55 p.m. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do that, but 5 is the number of change and freedom, right? So it's really good for manifesting liberation, financial shifts, moving forward, clearing blockages, this kind of work that we're doing. So the 5-5 portal is important. But all of May is money magic, because it's always that energy of collectively people are in better spirits. People have been, kind of, the concept is people have been, at home all winter, can't get out, can't do anything. And now we're all starting to come out and our spirits are lifted. And so it's supposed to be really good energetically for money in abundance, because people are creating that kind of an energy. So I just wanted to let you guys know that in case you want to do some stuff at home. Okay, I wanted to answer one question, and I'm sure it would come up even more now that I'm doing Sunday services. Why do I never put myself on video? This is not an ego thing. This is not a, I don't want to get dressed up thing. I don't feel good enough thing. It's none of that. I'll tell you right now, I'm not the person who cares what people think about how I look, so that's not a thing for me. As an empath, as a super empath, my energy gets drained very, very quickly. So I have always had a problem, and maybe you'll have experienced this, so maybe this will help. I look back to when I was in grade school, and remember school picture day. I would be sick for days around that. I would not feel well 2 days or so leading up to it. The day of school pictures, I was exhausted. Every year I'd go home and I would crash out. I didn't make it to dinner. I slept all night. This went on and on. And my mother had me convinced it was like I'm nervous about my school pictures. But I was never that person. I was never that person that was worried about what people thought about my looks. I was always a little weird that way. I don't know. And as I got older and I started recognizing things that drain my energy and blah, 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 it's that. Even these recordings drain my energy a bit. But pictures, video, whatever drains me. Video more so than pictures, but even pictures, I have had arguments with people because they snuck up on me and took a picture. I'm like, you have no idea what you've just done to me. Like, now I'm out for the rest of the day. They drain me. And my grandfather, who was Native American, believed that pictures take a part of your soul. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't know, if that's just old Indian thinking, but I know that they drain me. And so, no, when I do these collective reads and whatever, I'm not going to make a video because I don't know how to explain this to you. I will be knocked out for days. And if you can imagine how far behind I am just regularly, imagine me doing videos. You don't want that. So if you experience that, that is not something you're imagining. There's something about empaths, energy, and the way we pick up energy easily, the way our energy is drained very easily. Video and pictures will drain your energy. So I've made it a rule in my life. I just don't do it. Don't take my picture without my permission. Don't video me. And granted, I know that, as soon as you step outside, there's video being taken everywhere. I can't get around that. I do feel it. I do feel the difference. But to sit here and actually record myself, I would be down for days. And we don't want that. So that is why I do that. It's not an ego thing or anything. I'm not hiding from anybody. I'm just protecting my energy, which we all need to learn to do. Take it seriously. Anything you feel drains your energy, cut it out if you don't have to do it. You don't have to be on video. You don't have to have pictures if you don't want to. Like, whatever drains your energy, protect your energy. And again, it's so important. This year is so different from any other time in our lives. Dare I say, any other time in history. Things are happening. Protect your energy. There's a reason you're being called to things now. Things you have to figure out, things you have to learn, things you have to fix, all that stuff. Pay attention to what your guides are telling you, what your body's telling you, what your higher self is telling you. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Okay, anyway, that is why I don't appear on videos. It's too draining for me. I'll get sick and I will need sleep for like 3 days. Okay, So when I sit and get quiet and I'm trying to I'm asking the guides, what do I need to tell them? What kind of energy are we going to be dealing with this next week? The first thing they show me is, when you're at an amusement park and you're on the roller coaster, right? The old kind. I don't know what the new kind are. I haven't been on a new roller coaster in decades. But the old kind anyway. You get to that first hill and you're climbing up, and it's going really slow. And the old wooden ones, you can hear it click, 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 click all the way up. So what they're showing me is when you're just about at the top, right? You're just about to go over the top and start flying down the hill. They're showing me that, that kind of, that second where you shift from the going up to the flying down, right? And they're making me feel it. They're making me feel how it's it's scary but exhilarating, right? This is what we're on the ride for, this moment. But it's also here we go. It's that kind of feeling. There's something. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to channel. So, I may not sound like me, but whatever. There's something you're going to have to do by intuition alone. You're not going to have the information. You have to just go by your gut, by your intuition, which your guides are going to be there. Your guides are going to help you. You have to listen. You have to be open to listen. They will give you the signs that you need, but you need to be aware. You need to be looking out for these signs. You have to be practicing intuition. You have to be training your intuitive muscle. Now is the time. Play games to train yourself to listen to intuition. By guessing. Come back. Okay, give me a sec. There's those videos, test your psychic, blah, blah, blah. They'll say they'll put up a card and they want you to guess what's on the other side of the card, or any kind of just game. They want you to play with it, but that it's important to start now. If you haven't been learning to listen to your intuition, it's important to start training now. They keep saying exercise that muscle. Go ahead. There's a need to trust in the path that you're walking and knowing that the divine is guiding you. Big shift. Big shift has already happened. They're showing it as the ball has started to roll. But you're going to start seeing this coming up in your reality. You're going to start seeing this. But okay. But if you don't start seeing it right away, don't give up. It is coming. Because they're showing me a group of people that are okay, I've been trying and this is just not coming. No, they're showing me how people will give up right when they're about to achieve something. They're saying, of course it's coming. But it's a test of your conviction. When we try to get something big, say you're trying to manifest a relationship or a business or something, you're going to be tested. Is this really what you want? Because you've asked for a lot of things. We've asked for a lot of things before we knew what we really wanted. So you're going to be tested. If they keep saying it's a test of your conviction. Okay. I'm supposed to mention, I was saying the other day, in the last couple of weeks, I've heard sirens. I live in a relatively quiet area, and I've heard sirens every single day, which is not normal. So if other people have noticed or start paying attention, you're going to hear sirens more than usual. An increase in, you know, like ambulances, police sirens, fire sirens, whatever. That is Archangel Michael. And I'm supposed to say Archangel Michael has you. That is a sign that Archangel Michael is around. And there's something about somebody or a few of you, because again, lately I see that like multiple people are experiencing the same scenarios, the same situations. It's fascinating. But several people, there's something about an animal finding you. I don't know if that's like a stray, some kind of connection you make with an animal, a new animal, whether that's like you get a new animal or you go to someone's house and that dog or cat automatically connects with you, or something about something new, a new connection. An animal finds you, which is another sign. Or, you know, you suddenly have a cat hanging out at your house, and there's something about the way you connect with that animal. The animal seeks you out, finds you. Or it doesn't even have to be like a dog or cat. Like if it's, you know, if you live near woods and you've got, I don't know, fox or deer or squirrel or something. But there's something about recognizing a moment that like, oh my gosh, I'm connecting with this animal that I don't know. It's like, yeah, something about how you tune, like, you're going to question, like, am I imagining this? Like, no, you are, like, the two, you and an animal are, like, tuned in. Something about someone sneezing a lot. Needing allergy medication. Somebody's being affected by mold spores or something. So be careful. Like if you notice you're sneezing a lot, maybe look into that, obviously. But also for somebody else, it's hay fever. And maybe you didn't experience that before. That was not like an issue for you. But either way, it's like something that needs to be looked into. Sneezing a lot all of a sudden. You are clearing blockages, which is what we're talking about working on. So that's good. And then all pauses and delays will have been removed. And things are going to start slowly building and building. They show it like a cartoon when they show like a snowball start rolling down the mountain. And by the time it gets to the mountain, it's huge. That's how they're showing it. And again, there's something about this moment of like when you get to the top of the roller coaster where you're scared, but you're also excited. No, it just had me like teetering right there at the top of the roller coaster. Like I'm not going up anymore, but I'm not going down yet. That second. And then they show that where, you know, when you start going down and the people are raising their hands and screaming and something about this week. Calculated risk. Learn to listen to your intuition. Calculated risk. And a need to work as a team and not do things by yourself. you're doing the work. And by doing the work, it makes it so there's no obstacles in the way because you've healed something or you're healing something. Well, we are healing things, so you're healing things. You're healing whatever it was that was pushing away or resisting some change that you have to make, some change that needs to come in. They're showing letting go of certain behaviors. If someone stops smoking, I see putting out, well, actually I see putting out a cigar, but I smell cigarette smoke. Ooh. And you'll be, okay, so somebody is quitting smoking and like they tried before and it didn't work, and something is going to be easy this time because now this is like supposed to happen. And it's going to be like, I don't know, I just stopped wanting them. Some kind of focus on collaborating with other people. Creating something from scratch. Whatever that, whether that's like buildings, literally physically building something, or like building a relationship or building a plan, I don't know, but creating something from scratch, collaborating. Working as a small team, working with other people, and each person brings in a specific, brings something to the table. And each person, each thing they bring is needed. Like it would not be able to work without each person. Calculated risk. That just because there's a risk shouldn't be a reason to turn your back. Listen to your intuition. Because they're making me feel like it's almost like the more it's like, this doesn't make sense, I shouldn't do this, but yet you're pulled to do it, that's when you should do it, because if it doesn't make sense and yet you're pulled to do it, that's your intuition telling you like, this is for you. You're being tested in your commitment to whatever this is. And I'm hearing this old, I hate to say old because it's from my generation, this older 80s song from, oh gosh, Billy Ocean is like, when the going gets tough, the tough get good, which I know is a saying, but the song just popped in my head. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Because there's a need to like stand firm and like dig your heels in when it comes to some kind of collaboration. Because there's going to be periods where like you don't see eye to eye with people, or like not everybody's seeing eye to eye. It doesn't feel dramatic, like we're arguing and I quit, but it just feels like a little push and pull, like we're not seeing it the same way. I don't know, I see three people coming together and bringing in an idea, some idea they're trying to bring to life. I don't know what this is. And there's like a small clash of perspectives. Like, again, I don't feel like it's, somebody storms out and quits, but like it's, we don't quite see eye to eye for a minute. And so because of this, there's a need to be vocal without being confrontational. So again, it's the throat thing, which is May, right? So speak up for yourself without being, again, confrontational. Don't, let anybody walk over you, but you don't have to be, accusatory or anything either. They want you to be able to speak up without stepping on other people's toes. And again, back to focusing on being sure you're listening to your own intuition. It's very important this week. Heavy focus on listening to your intuition and don't second guess yourself. Because I don't know, like from the beginning they were saying you're gonna have to trust your intuition. There's not gonna be, a history to back this up on. There's not gonna be, you will not have experienced this or read this somewhere. Like, you have to just go with your intuition. And something about listening to your intuition about expressions, micro expressions. So like being empaths and HSPs, you can kind of subtly feel the energy shift, right? So if somebody is kind of annoyed but trying to act like they're not, like, you're going to pick up on that. They're going to get annoyed with you setting some kind of boundary. And I'm saying give them space to, think it over so they can see. Like, some people don't like to hear that they were quote unquote wrong. You know what I mean? And so you just got to give, somebody expects you to do more work than them, but they want to split 50-50 financially or something like that. Not that exactly. And so when you just step up and be like, no, I'm not going to split this 50-50 if I'm doing the majority of the work. And then it's kind of like, okay, you can say that without being confrontational, then give them the space to go home and think about that. Like, oh yeah, that's probably, she's doing most of the work. Why would, give them the space, and they have to come to it themselves. There's something about them not being able to accept, it's like my mom used to say, you have to let people think they decided that themselves, right? They have to think that they figured that out. You didn't correct them. You know what I mean? Give them space to think it over. And if they're still acting, like passive aggressively, then you can go and be more direct or stand firm or whatever. But they're showing that you can find common ground. There's going to be a need for directness without being, kind of like a bully, confrontational. Something about, like, maybe somebody has less qualifications or, just not as qualified as everybody else. Or maybe you feel like you're out of your depth, or but there's a reason why the universe is placing this placing you all together, or placing these ideas in your head, or whatever this is. Because even if you feel like you're not qualified or like as qualified as everybody else in this situation, whatever the situation is, the universe is like, no, we've put this together for a reason. Something about how like you can study while you're working at the same time. But there's something very specific about you have the potential, you have the know-how, you can do this. You're going to pass something with flying colors. Collaboration for something that's like creative and brings abundance, and like there's also intellect in it. You may be working with people like where you have like very different personalities or very different backgrounds or something, and that's why people kind of aren't seeing things the same. Different ways of doing certain things. And so there's going to be a little push and pull about, figuring out how you all kind of do your part to work out how to get like the best out of this situation so that you can like work together on this project, whatever this is. Heavy focus on the need to like not feel uncomfortable about speaking up or about setting boundaries. Because I feel like somebody is going to like unintentionally cross your boundaries because, again, it's something like they don't have the same background, or like they don't recognize that that is a boundary. And this is like an eye-opener for them. So like, how can I put this? So I don't know how to explain this. I know I have had in life where, like men will not realize they're crossing a boundary because they haven't had the experience of being a woman. Or, again, it's something about they're not intentionally crossing a boundary. It's that it doesn't even occur to them because they haven't had the experience you've had, or something like that. I hope that makes sense. For the life of me, I cannot think of an example though, and I should, because I've got a million where I'm like, I know that person wasn't intentionally being rude. We just have very different backgrounds. They don't know that's offensive, or they don't know that that's a boundary. It's something about that, and it's like a teaching moment for this person. And it feels like it's going to end up being very cathartic. Because, again, it's going to teach this person, and it's also going to sort of help you heal a wound around whatever this is. Whatever, okay, say, I have a boundary, like, don't be late because my ex-husband always came home late, just as an example. So now somebody's late, and that's crossing a boundary to me. And the other person didn't even think anything of it. Like, you showed up late and you didn't call me or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Like, I have to teach that person, like, yeah, that's not okay. But it didn't occur to them because they don't have the experience of people showing up late without calling, Something like that. It's a situation that's going to spark growth for both people. Like, it's actually divinely planned. You planned this before coming here. And it's like a part of doing shadow work for both people. And shadow work is, frustrating and annoying, but necessary. It's frustrating and aggravating, but it's also very rewarding because it, you know, it heals something that you've been carrying for a long time. I want to go ahead and ramble in here. Oh, come on. Can you show me? Oh my gosh, 25 minutes. All right, guys, I've already kept you for an hour. I apologize. I'm going to come out of that energy because that seems to be for a few specific people. And let me see if I get one more thing. I'm going to try to keep it short. Okay, I'm getting that this could be playing out in multiple people because this seems to be a theme I'm getting for, again, empaths, HSPs, light workers, whatever. There's something about knowing the truth to a situation, no matter what someone's saying, no matter if someone's trying to gaslight you or persuade you into trying to see something differently about them or about a situation. Particularly if you're experiencing this with someone trying to make you feel like they can discard you at any time. Like you're just, I can get another just like you is what I'm getting. I'm feeling the energy of someone who feels like they do not measure up. And I hope this is not you. If this is you, it's because this other person is trying to make you feel like you're not good enough, but you're seeing through it. Maybe not at this moment, but you're about to. Because I'm feeling this heavily. It feels, man, it definitely doesn't feel like a confident energy. But it feels like someone is trying to make you feel that way. But it's because they're not confident in who they are. So it's an energy of someone who overcompensates their insecurities by trying to make other people insecure. This is typical narcissistic behavior. And what I'm getting, and again, this is typical narcissist behavior too, and this just came up for somebody. So if this is for you, sorry that I'm saying it again. This is somebody who will tell jokes, mean things, and they'll say it like it's a joke, so that if you get mad, they'll pin it on you and say you just can't take a joke. I was just kidding. Like they'll make jokes about like you're not smart or you know, something that's actually mean, actually hurtful, but they say it like it's a joke, again, so that if you react, if you get upset, they can say you can't take a joke. They can say I was just kidding. But it's not funny. Like what they're saying isn't funny. You're taking your power back. You're taking your power back, yep. You see the truth. To somebody, I'm getting they were breadcrumbing you. And again, it's about their feelings of inadequacy. They're trying to deflect that. They're trying to hide that by making you feel inadequate. What these narcissists do is they have insecurities and they feel like the best way to hide those insecurities is to put you on the defensive. So you're busy defending yourself or wondering if you're good enough. And now you can't look at where they fall short. You're going to see, I don't know, I also feel like a bit of intimidation, like they're trying to intimidate you. This could play out different ways. For some people, this could be like a relationship. For some people, this could be like a work environment. I don't know, but like I said, there seems to be recurring themes in multiple people's lives, like for the same lesson at the same time, but it may play out a little differently or like in a different area of their life. or at one point in time, someone made you feel very unsure, and that could have, it could have taken a while for you to recover from that. Like, you took a blow to your self-esteem, your ego, your ability to trust yourself. And again, narcissists like to gaslight. They like to make you question your own reality. Like, oh, maybe that didn't happen. Maybe I misunderstood that. It's that kind of energy. It makes you doubt yourself. You start, like, you can't make decisions because you don't trust your own thoughts. You don't trust your own intuition. You were second guessing yourself. And that sort of blocked your intuition. That blocked your ability to hear spirit, to see the signs and synchronicities that your guides are trying to show you. But the message is, you're coming out of that. You're healing from that. The reason this person did this is because they were they're doing it now, is because they're very intimidated by you, by your light. I've kept you guys for an hour. I'm sorry. I will let this go. So we're going to close this out. We're going to set an intention for the week. If you have any questions you'd like me to answer during Sunday service, if you, have any kind of energy you want me to tap into quickly, let me know. Or any topics you want to discuss, you want me to discuss, let me know. This is for you guys. This is, we're all going to reset here on Sundays and get ready for the week. So any questions you have, any topics you want to touch on, let me know. Let's set an intention for the week here. Get a second, get comfy, and close your eyes for a sec. And like I said, so this week, 2 things I want you to do. I want you to practice, like I was saying, the clearing your energy, and practice noticing where your blockages are, or where your negative thoughts towards, money and abundance, but really anything, where that is, and what you can tell yourself instead. If you're used to saying money doesn't grow on trees, note that you're thinking that and replace that with, there is enough for everyone. There is abundance for everyone. Money comes easily, right? So practice clearing your energy every day, even if it's just for, a minute or two. Before you leave the house, before you take a call, or anytime you feel just like off, or you feel like you need to protect your energy. Your energy is sacred. Your energy is for you. It's what you use to manifest things. It's what you use to live your life. Protect it. So those are the 2 things. I want you to keep your energy clear. Practice that. Practice noticing where you have negative thoughts around money and abundance. All right, let's close this out. We're going to set an intention for the week. We're going to keep it very simple. Write this in your journal if you've got your journal on you, or just play this back later. But every day this week, I want you to say, I honor my energy. I release what's not mine. I stay grounded in my truth. That's it. Write it out in your journal. Say it. However that works for you. I'll say it one more time. I honor my energy, period. I release what's not mine, period. I stay grounded in my truth, period. Thanks for being here, guys. This was so fun. I love this. But again, if you have any questions, let me know. I can probably do 2 people for the 5/5 portal if anybody's interested, because again, it has to be at 5:55 in the evening. So, all right. See you guys next Sunday. Same sacred space, same sacred time. Sending powers of energy away, guys.